just gonna survey the crowd. Raise your hand if you watch TV. Okay, for those of you who didn't raise your hand if you watch Netflix. Okay, all right. Raise your hand if you have ever used Twitter or Facebook or gone to YouTube, or you'd be interested in a TV recap or watching TV on your phone, or just finding out more about different celebrities. And raise your hand if you go to 10 different sites to find that information. Okay, maybe not. All right, well, you were all supposed to raise your hand, and I was going to get started. Okay, so View is a TV app that aggregates TV news, videos, and social media feeds on TV shows all in one place. We aggregate everything together, grabbing from top sources like Variety, Hollywood Reporter. We grab YouTube video clips and the live social stream of what's happening on your favorite TV shows. So before I get started, I'm just explaining what it is. Here's the team. So fun fact, our CEO is the former head of Yahoo Middle East, and our team is very international. So we have a content team in Cairo, we have a creative director in London, an engineering team here, but everyone is actually basically ex-Yahoo. So fun fact. In terms of our story, we were founded in January of 2014. We've raised a seed round so far, $825K from TPG and Jabbar Internet Group. We're currently raising a convertible note. So I know this is a very different presentation than what you've seen before, so I'll try to skip through. In January, we launched our prototype, our VyuTV beta, and we're actually featured in the MENA iTunes store as one of the best new apps, which is great for us since we were in beta. And now we are doing a relaunch in time for Ramadan in June. So, TV experience today. Honestly, in the last few years, we're starting to see a lot of changes on, how people are going to subscribe to different channels, how people are watching TV. But overall, there hasn't been a ton of innovation. And I'm sure you guys have heard of. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Raise your hand if you've heard of Beamly. Vigil. Okay. TV Tag. Rest in peace. Okay. None of them. Okay, so those are our competitors. That's great for us. Bulky screen reality. We're spending a lot of time on our phones. We're watching a lot of TV, and especially in emerging markets. And this is actually our proof of concept market, and I'll get into that. People are spending a ton of time on their phones. And particularly, it's not just looking up information before a TV show or even live tweeting during the show. It's actually the shifting component, which is you just watched the show, and you want to talk about it with your friends, you want to see what you missed, or you forgot to DVR the last 2 minutes, it cut off, you don't know what happened next, you want to see one clip, go to YouTube, or you give up, and then you just wonder. So. Our competitors, they're all focused on, check-ins. Checking in every time you watch a show, or rewards systems that you can, buy with your product. So not really focused, I guess, on the information part, more on the live conversation part. So, okay, so here's what we're solving for. One, it's a waste of time to have to go to 10 different places to find information. We are saying all this content is great. There's so much information. There's so many places to find it. We want to make it easier to consume information. So we bring it together in one place. As a TV network, where do you decide to spend your ad budget? Do you advertise on Facebook? Do you advertise on YouTube? Do you run a campaign on Twitter? Do you spend money on TV? So we're saying, okay, if we get everyone in one place, then this is a place where you can directly reach an audience that is specifically interested in watching TV. So, and then, consumer targeting, also just for general advertisers, there's an opportunity to reach an audience. And then just mobile and video trends. So you guys are on the tech, so you're very familiar of what's going on with how popular video is. Okay, so View appeals to these behaviors, and we're also focused on emerging markets, so we can expand quickly. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going after the Middle East basically because they spend a lot of time on social media, a lot of time watching TV, a lot of them have 1 to 2 phones, very cheap to advertise to. So the US is an incredibly saturated market. I think you guys all know that it's very tough to be successful as an app to get downloads, right? There is not as much competition in terms of TV apps, so there's an opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through the demo. Okay, so you can follow the TV shows you love. You follow a show. You can see cast information. You can see news, videos aggregated from around the web, live social feeds from Twitter and Facebook. You can search and browse for shows, so we give you different categories. You can search for people who watch shows similar to you. Recommendations. You can, I already said that. Okay, and this is one component I definitely want to go over. So it's not just a matter of following information, but it's also a place where you can express your views. And we have our sentiment meter where you can say you hate it, you love it, and then specific hashtags. So that's actually great for data. I think, am I done with 5 minutes? Am I going over? Okay. All right, we have a website. It looks like this. Not so great right now. The celebrities make it look better. So lastly, I've already gone over this, but yeah, the value is for the TV networks. It's also for advertisers in general, and also in terms of data. So 1, advertising. 2, data. The data that we would offer is in terms of what people watch and what they think about what they watch all over the world. So specifically the Middle East, we're launching that first. That's our proof of concept. And yeah, thank you. How many minutes is that?